Hey, Tessa. So I created a spreadsheet that will show you how to determine your monthly price and your annual price. So you'll see the only things you'll want to fill out of this are the annual price is here in these sections, and that will change these numbers here on the founder's annual savings. And you can also change the trial price. So you could make a dollar trial um, and see how that affects things. Although I don't think it'll affect things too much. The only real thing it's going to affect is here. So you can see like the number of months before the monthly founding members start saving money, depending on the price here. So if it's only $1, compared to a $7, it's not going to change much. You can see this is over 23 months and over basically 24 months and 12 months, 8 months, 6 months, versus if you go to $7, it's 22 months, 11 months, 8 months still, and still 6 months. So not much changes there. So, but if you wanted, the price to be, say, $17 trial, it changes things up a bit and things like that. I think a dollar trial makes the most sense, gets the most people into it, but uh, just it was easy for me to add that, so I put that in. And now let me walk you through how this works. So these numbers are just $5 increments right here from 122 to 137. And then this is 110% increase on 117, and this is 120% increase, which is kind of like the minimum I would recommend and the maximum I would recommend. Uh, so it looks like your 132 and 137 both fit well within that range. Um, the next thing to think about, though, is um, well, let me just walk you through. Like, this is the monthly price per year. Like, it's basically this times 12, right? So it's uh, just an annual number for that helps calculate other numbers. Um, but not that important to look at. This is the next important thing to look at, because you don't want to do something where your monthly members, are going to feel like they have to wait 12 years before they got screwed, right? Like, really, like the 137 is the ideal option for this, because um, then the monthly members don't feel like, it takes too long before they start to feel like, oh, I should have just waited and done a trial, basically. Because if they wait and do a trial, at this stage, and they only ended up doing momentum for 6 months, they actually would have been better off doing the trial. Um, Now, it's not a huge deal. Like, I don't want to say it's like the end of the world for them if they only do a little bit and they don't end up saving that much money, because there is some value in just being a founding member in general. Um, but but it is a good number to think about. So I do like the 137 for that reason. Now, the next thing to think about is, okay, uh, based on this, what is our price going to be for annual? And you can see this is the minimum annual price I would recommend, which is basically this number here, the monthly price, divided by 1.25, right? And then the maximum annual price I would recommend is this monthly price per year divided by 1.1, right? So it's basically saving them somewhere between like 0.1 and 0.25%. Um, and then this is showing what the annual or the monthly savings would be, for them if they decide to sign up for the annual price. So you can see they're saving $293, but in this example, which is pretty enticing. You'll remember we had a $400 savings for anyone originally, which was really enticing. Almost everyone took it. So um, so if we can get this up to $400, that'd be even better. However, you'll notice there are no options here that get up to $400, and it gets less, obviously, as you increase this price. So, uh, so that's the downside of going to a higher price, is there's less desire for them to uh, go to a month, to an annual membership, right? The more you raise the annual price, the less they save by going annual, the more likely they're going to do monthly. That said, the more you raise the annual price, the higher the founding member, what's the word? Uh, the bigger the savings that the founding members get, right? So if you look here, like a founding member only had to pay $1,004, whereas this person's paying $171 per month, right? So the founding member is actually saving $167 per month, or not per month, per year, which is okay. But in this scenario, the founding member is saving $327 over someone who's paying this. So we want to try to find a balance number that is, for an annual price. We want to choose an annual price that fits well, that has a high enough savings that the founding members that are annual go, yeah, I'm really glad I got that. But it still saves enough that the savings here is enough that people are enticed to, to buy annual over monthly. Now, so we know 400 was a really big amount that inspired people. So if we could keep that to 400 for the annual price, that would be nice. So like really, if we're looking between these two options here, and we're looking at, okay, the minimum annual price, somewhere between 12 to 14, or if we choose 132, we have to choose a price in this range, right? Which, let's say we pick 1400, right? 1400. So then you can see the annual savings is 184. The founder savings is 396. Um, right, not bad. I definitely like this number. This number, I don't know if that's enough to entice people to do the annual. I would try to reach for something that's in the $300 range, I think, and that's where, like, if we do 1400 here, we're closer, right? We're still at 396 there, and it's $244 that they're saving, so it's much closer to the final number. I mean, if we did, let's say, 1350, 1350, now it's at 300 there and 346 there. That's looking a little closer to what I think would make sense. 1370, let's see, that would be interesting because of the numbers 137 and 1370, right? So once they're clearly getting 2 months free by signing up this way. The savings is 274 and 366. Um, let's try 1300, 344 and 296. Kind of like that, 137 and 1300. Let's say 1304. So now the founding members are saving $300, and the annual price, per year they're saving $300. That's really good. And this is still 340. So this is leaning towards more what I like those numbers. Let's see what it looks like here. 1304. Still 300, but only 280 per year in savings. Yeah, let's see. 284. Getting closer to the 400 mark. 280. So you can see how I'm playing with these, and they're coming through in different ways. I think um, I think I'm liking this more and more, like these numbers here, because $280 still every single year is still pretty good. Um, and then 360. Yeah, I think I like 1304. So we're basically, instead of saving 400, they're only saving 340, but that's a good number to test to see, like, okay, they originally were saving $400. Now in this next one, they're going to be saving 340. Is that still enough to entice them to go for the annual over the monthly? Or are we going to have a significant more monthlies? We might have significant more monthlies in general anyway, just because of the type of um, the way that we're selling it from a trial into it. But I feel comfortable with that, and with the people still getting a $300 bump. 280 feels a little bit small to me. I feel like this needs to be, no, the other way. Um, I feel like that is the minimum we can go there, and then it only makes it 280 there, 300 there. I don't think we want to go with less than a $300 savings annually right now. I think that would be too big of a jump from the 400 to truly know if annual is working. So, um, so yeah, you can see the difference there. That's why I'm leaning towards this, because everything makes it more enticing for the founding members, right? The founding members only need 6 months. They get a $300 founder savings, and the annual people get $340 of savings. Um, and it's 137 versus 132. Like, I just don't think that's going to be much of a difference. If I'm thinking, what am I going to buy? Am I going to buy something for 132 or 137 a month? I really don't think that difference is going to change my mind at all. Um, anyway, so that's how I'm playing with these numbers. Again, for you to put something in, you can change that number. You can input different numbers here that should be somewhere between the max price and the minimum price for that row. Um, and obviously, I didn't fill out a recommended here yet because I've still been playing with it. I think this is going to be my recommended right there. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is all making sense. And we can, if not, we can talk about it on our next call.